Let's break this down like the street's very own Anderson Cooper. NBA YoungBoy. Yeah, the same dude who had rap game on chokehold. Just fumble harder than a rookie QB. His saga been like a Netflix original, but this episode's straight up Law and Order. Baton Rouge unit. Picture this. April 2024, YoungBoy's cooling in his Utah crib, supposedly laying low on house arrest. But nah, police hit his spot like they got a season finale deadline. Dude was supposed to be out the mix, waiting on his gun case trial. But instead, the Fed said he turned his hideout into the Walmart of prescription fraud. Cops came in heavy, slapping him with 60 charges, controlled substances, weapons, and more. They claimed YoungBoy and his team were dialing up fake prescriptions using real doctors' names. Not just for aspirin either. We're talking lean, the sip of the South. This wasn't no amateur hour though. It fell apart when a pharmacist spotted a sketchy phone number. One slip up, and the whole blueprint crumbled like a stale cookie. Then comes the most facepalm-worthy part. Somebody in YoungBoy's crew allegedly called the cops pretending to be Gwendolyn Cox. Bruh, who they think they fooling? The police said Gwendolyn sounded like a dude fresh off a Louisiana porch saying axed instead of asked. That's like leaving your ID at the scene. It gets messy, eh? His family got pinched while picking up some of these fake prescriptions in YoungBoy's car. Imagine that phone call. Hey, we arrested your fam in your ride, care to comment? Instead of lawyering up, YoungBoy allegedly dry snitched like it was open mic night. Bruh couldn't even stick to the script. Let's rewind to 2020. YoungBoy was shooting a music video in Baton Rouge when cops rolled up and scooped 17 folks like it was a group discount. Guns, drugs, you name it, they found it. Fast forward to 2021, and YoungBoy tried pulling a GTA escape in LA. Spoiler, police dogs don't play. They booked him on federal gun charges, locking him down in Utah since. His team thought sticking him on Gravedigger Mountain under house arrest would reform him. Instead, it looked like he turned Utah into Oz. Prescription edition. YoungBoy did try some positive moves, linking up with Mormon missionaries, talking about baptism, and even starting this Stop the Violence campaign. But not everyone bought the new vibes. Joe Budden straight up called cap on all of it, saying the house arrest persona was faker than a knockoff Gucci belt. YoungBoy started preaching about his past mistakes in interviews, saying, "How many lives am I responsible for with my music?" But right when folks started thinking he might pivot to gospel tracks, he dropped "We shot him in his head, huh?" Not exactly choir material, my guy. Even with the PR spin, the legal system wasn't playing. YoungBoy caught another gun charge in Utah right before pleading guilty to his Louisiana case. The judge gave him 2 years and 3 months for the Baton Rouge gun charge, with a shot at early release in a year if he plays nice. But here's the kicker. He also got slapped with 5 years probation, meaning one slip, and it's back to orange jumpsuits. The feds ain't letting up on NBA YoungBoy. Just this past August, they slid on his crib and hit him with a felon in possession of a firearm charge. And let's not forget, he's already in the ring fighting a drug case at the same time. Ain't no telling how this gon' play out, but this ain't YoungBoy's first rodeo with the law. Homie been dodging cases like he's in a streetball tournament. The story kicks off in 2014. YoungBoy caught a robbery charge and did 6 months behind bars. That bid flipped the switch for him. He came out the cell hungry and hit the booth like it owed him money. Dropped his first mixtape, Life Before Fame, and started carving his name in the Baton Rouge concrete. But don't get it twisted. Rap ain't new to the YoungBoy bloodline. His mama was on the mic before him, taking Lil Cantrell to the studio while Pops was serving 55 years on a robbery charge. Moms didn't blow up in the game, but fast forward, YoungBoy gave her flowers by putting her on his track "Bout My Business." Before the NBA movement, YoungBoy was rocking with TBG, Top Boy Gorillas. Gee Money, one of TBG's top hitters, was like a big bro to YoungBoy. But things got messy when G hooked up with YoungBoy's sister. Talk about breaking bro code. YoungBoy put it all on wax, airing G out on tracks like Changes. The fallout was nuclear. YoungBoy broke off from TBG, linked with his cousin Bazilla from BBG, Bottom Boy Gorillas, and the Baton Rouge streets turned into a war zone. Back in 2016, Bazilla found himself caught slipping in the streets, a tragic slip-up that ultimately led to his death. The whole situation started with a beef between his crew and another group, Forever Loyalty. which escalated into deadly violence. The word on the street is that a dude named Dusa might have had a hand in taking Bazilla out. But, as with most street rumors, the details are hazy and hard to pin down. What's certain, though, is that it wasn't just a loss for Bazilla's people. It was personal for YoungBoy Never Broke Again. That same day, YoungBoy wasn't about to just sit back and mourn the loss of his close friend. The streets don't operate like that. Instead of crying or letting the whole thing slide, he geared up with his crew and made sure to retaliate. He was sliding, hunting down Bazilla's alleged killers, letting off shots with a vengeance, as the tension between the two sides boiled over. But things didn't go according to plan. As they approached the opposition, the enemy fired back. In the chaos, NBA Joe, one of YoungBoy's homies, took a serious hit, shot in the neck. The situation quickly turned chaotic. YoungBoy managed to escape the exchange on foot, but it wasn't long before the law came knocking. Weeks later, he was arrested and hit with an attempted murder charge, all stemming from that deadly retaliation. It was a heavy price for trying to settle the score in the streets, but for YoungBoy and those in that world, this type of drama is unfortunately nothing new. When YoungBoy was locked up, things didn't slow down in the streets. Not for him, not for his ops. Gee Money, a rapper from the rival crew Top Boy Gorilla, TBG, wasted no time throwing shots at YoungBoy in the heat of the moment. On his track WNBA Smoke, Gee took direct aim at YoungBoy, dissing him hard and making it clear that YoungBoy was easy prey, or food, out there in the streets. The beef was already ugly, but with YoungBoy facing a massive 40-year sentence, tensions between the two camps reached new heights. But YoungBoy, ever the hustler, wasn't about to let the system break him. Despite the serious charges, he worked his way down to a 9-month sentence. When he got out, he came back swinging. YoungBoy wasn't just coming home to chill, he was coming for blood. His diss track Ride on Him made it clear. He wasn't playing around, and he was targeting Gee Money. The diss hit hard, like a slap in the face, making it known that YoungBoy believed he had a direct role in Gee Money's downfall, especially with the mounting animosity between their crews. Weeks after that fiery track dropped, the unthinkable happened. Gee Money was gunned down outside his studio, and just like that, the streets were talking. The whispers started almost immediately. Was YoungBoy's camp involved? The speculation grew louder when his homie, Lil Pap, was eventually charged in connection with the assassination. But the story didn't end there. TBG wasn't going to just take that loss in silence. They came for revenge, plotting their own moves in the never-ending cycle of retaliation that fuels this dangerous world. It was clear that this wasn't just rap beef. It was real-life street violence, where one death only seems to breed more. The streets know the game, and the game never stops. TBG allegedly clapped back by taking out Big Dump, YoungBoy's manager and close confidant. Dump's death rocked YoungBoy, and he pinned letter to Big Dump as a tribute. But the war didn't stop. Boulevard Quick and Fredo Bang, two heavy hitters from TBG, kept the beef alive, only for Quick to meet the same fate in 2018. YoungBoy's beef spilled out of Louisiana when his homie Quando Rondo clashed with King Von in Atlanta. The night Von swung on Quando lulled him, Quando's shooter, ended Von's life. The fallout? YoungBoy threw shots at Von and O-Block on Bring the Hook, sparking a full-blown war with Lil Durk and his crew. YoungBoy's not just beefing in the streets, he's clashing in the rap game too. Once cool with Kodak Black, their friendship turned sour over subliminal disses. Quando Rondo escalated things by burning a Sniper Gang shirt, and Kodak responded in kind. The two squashed it briefly, but it reignited when Kodak accused YoungBoy of snitching. In 2019, the ops followed YoungBoy to Miami during Rolling Loud. They caught him slipping outside his hotel, and shots rang out. The shootout left an innocent man dead, and YoungBoy ended up back behind bars. Despite the constant chaos, YoungBoy stayed dropping hits, solidifying himself as one of the most polarizing figures in hip-hop. YoungBoy's name stays in headlines, whether it's for music, beef, or legal drama. With federal charges looming and beefs that stretch coast to coast, the question ain't just what's next for his career. It's whether YoungBoy can keep dodging bullets, both literal and metaphorical. One thing's for sure, the Baton Rouge prodigy is a certified survivor in the game, and the streets are always tuned in.